Hello my dear students, I welcome you again to CMI's online classes. In today's class, for the students of Standard 6, we will continue with our English Grammar Chapter 3, Nouns. I have already said 2 videos on the same chapter, and this is the third video of the same chapter, Chapter 3, Nouns. In our previous 2 videos on the same chapter, we mostly discussed about the classification of nouns on various grounds. That means classification of nouns according to their names, classification of nouns according to numbers, classification of nouns according to gender. So these 3 classifications we already have discussed in our previous 2 videos. Now in today's video, in this third video on the same chapter, we will discuss about case of nouns. Case of nouns means how nouns are used whenever they are used in sentences. So there are mainly 3 cases of noun. Nouns are used in 3 cases whenever they are used in sentences. In number 1 we have nominative and accusative case. This is the first case of nouns, how they are used whenever they are used in sentences. One is nominative and another is accusative case. And another is possessive case. Nouns can be also used in possessive case whenever we are used them in sentences. So now we will discuss about what and how do we use the nouns in nominative and accusative case. And what do you mean by nominative case and what do you mean by accusative case? So how these cases are formed whenever we use nouns in sentences. We will understand this. And we will also understand what is possessive case of nouns and how nouns are used in possessive case. This also we will learn in this video. So students, I want you to be very much attentive while I explain you all these cases of nouns. Understood students? So at first, let's discuss about what are nominative and accusative case of nouns. See, whenever we are understanding the nominative and accusative case of nouns, we have to understand these case of nouns along with pronouns, because pronouns are the words, as we know, used in place of noun. That means whenever we understand the case of nouns, this nominative and accusative case, we have to understand the same case with pronouns also, because it is applicable with pronouns also, because pronouns we use in place of nouns by replacing nouns. Understood? So nominative case and accusative case. We all know that nouns can be used, nouns or pronouns can be used both as subject and object in sentences. Subject about which we write the sentence, we have already done it, and objects are also the nouns or pronouns, but they receive the actions done by the subject. Subjects are the doer of the actions about which we write the sentence. Okay? That means subject is that noun or pronoun about which we write the sentence. It is the nominal head of the sentence. Nominal head. That is why if that noun or pronoun which is used as subject of the sentence, those nouns or pronouns are called nominative, are said to be in nominative case, because they are the nominal head of the sentence. Okay, because whenever we ask about what or about what things about whom the sentences are written, we can nominate those nouns or pronouns. The nouns which we nominate, that about those nouns or pronouns the sentences are written, then those nouns are in nominative case, are used in nominative case. That means nominative case means those nouns Understood? That means subjects, we all know that the actions done in sentences are performed by subject. That means nominative nouns perform the actions. Nominative nouns means subjective nouns. Those nouns or pronouns used as subject. Okay. Now, what will be the accusative case of nouns or pronouns? Not only nouns but also pronouns. Accusative case of nouns or pronouns means those nouns or pronouns which are used as object in sentences. We all know that subject are the doer of the action, but objects are the receiver of the actions. Nouns can be used both as the doer and the receiver of the actions. If the nouns or pronouns are used as the receivers of the actions, then those nouns or pronouns are said to be in accusative case. Okay. Subject, nominative case, object, accusative case. Understood? And subject always comes before verb and object comes after verb, mostly after main verbs. Okay. So let us try to identify the nouns used here in sentences, whether they are used as nominative nouns or accusative nouns. Otherwise, they are used as subject or object. Otherwise, we can also understand as whether the nouns are used as nominative in the case of being nominative noun or accusative noun. Okay, see here. The king built a palace. So to understand whether the nouns are used as nominative case, are in nominative case or accusative case, at first we have to find out the verb also. Verbs play the main part. Okay. So at first we will read this sentence number 1. These sentences are taken from your book, from your exercise. So rest of the sentences, I have taken only 5 sentences. Rest of the sentences you can do when you see me solving all these sentences on this board. Okay. See, the king built a palace. If you try to understand what action is done in this sentence, action of building, that means build. Okay. But in simply, if you say the sentence is about whom? The king. If you see the king is the subject of the sentence. But if you want to understand the nominative case here, we have to understand the main subject. Okay. As a whole, the king is the subject, but if you understand what is the main subject, and main subject is king, because king is the actual noun here. Okay. If you come to know about the nominative noun, we have to understand only the main noun. Okay. So, who built a palace? Who is the doer of the action? Built, king. So, here the king is in nominative case, because it is the subject of the sentence. Understood? So, what has he made? What has he built? He has built a palace. Palace is also a noun. Okay, palace is also a noun. But here, the action of king is going to reflect to palace. Understood? So, here, palace is the noun, but it is the result of the action. Understood? So it receives the action. So here it is also the noun, but it is used as an object. So if the nouns or pronouns are used as an object, so they are accusative case. Okay? Understood? Clear? Now come to the second sentence. They have adopted a dog. The sentence is about they. So, the single word pronoun is used as in accusative nominative case. Is in nominative case, because here this pronoun is used as a subject. And what have they done? They have adopted action word. They have done the action of adopting. So, adopted what? here, it is object. So if the noun is used as an object, noun or pronoun, it is accusative case. Okay. If the nouns or pronouns are used as objects, then they are accusative case. See, next sentence. My mother sewed a dress. My mother sewed a dress. So the sentence is about my mother. My mother. So this my mother can be treated as subject. But if you see the main subject here, mother is the main subject because it is the main noun here. Okay. So mother is used as the subject here, so it is nominative case because it is used as a subject. If the nouns or pronouns are used as the subject, then they are in nominative case. So what is the action here? Sewed. Okay. So what did he sew? What did she sew? A dress. So the action is reflected to another noun, that is dress here. So dress is the noun which is used as an object of the sentence. So here dress is the object, so it is in accusative case. Okay, understood. Now come to the next example. We visited our grandparents. We visited our grandparents. The sentence is about we. This is pronoun. So being pronoun, we is used as the subject, so it is nominative case. We is used as the nominative case in this sentence. Okay, nominative pronoun. Now, what is the action being done by the subject we here? Visited. So the action of visiting is reflected to whom? Grandparents. So grandparents is also a noun here, but it is used as an object. So it is used in accusative case. Okay, because it is, this noun is used as an object. Now see here, he kept the book on the table. He kept the book on the table. So what is the sentence about? He. So here, he being a noun, pronoun, the sentence is written about he. So here he is subject. So if the nouns or pronouns are used as subject, they are treated as used in nominative case because they are subject, nominative case. Okay. Now, what is the action performed by he? The action of keeping. Keeping what? Book. So here, book is the noun. We have to find out the main noun. Okay. Whether they are used as an object or subject, we have to find out main noun or main pronoun. Okay. Not other words that qualify these nouns or pronouns. See, book is the subject, book is the noun, but it reflects, we see that if you see this book here, the book shows us the reflected action of the subject. So here, book is used as an object. Okay. So this is accusative case. But here in this sentence we have two objects. Okay. So he kept the book on the table. So here we have another action. Kept the book, but where? On the table. So here the table is indirect object. So here it is book is also accusative case, accusative noun used in accusative case. Okay. Object may be direct object or indirect object. There are two types of object: direct object and indirect object. We have to understand. Direct objects are those nouns or pronouns which receive the direct action of the subject. Like he kept book. When we question what after verb, then we get direct object. He kept verb, but what? Book. So book is direct object. Okay. Lekin after verb, for whom, to whom. Okay. If you make a question like this, then we will get indirect object. Kept, but where? On the table. So here table is table is also noun. It is used as an object, but here it is used accusative case. Okay, both are accusative case, but kinds of objects are different. Okay, book is direct object, table is indirect object. So now I hope you are clear about nominative and accusative case of nouns. Now let's discuss about the possessive case of nouns. Possessive case of nouns means the case of nouns that shows what the nouns possess. Possess means what belongs to that nouns. That belongings. Something, if something belongs to that nouns, if that belongings we show in some case, that case is called the possessive case of nouns. So the possessive case of nouns are shown by using apostrophe, with the nouns of which we are showing the possession. Possession means, again I am telling you, if you try to understand the possessive case of nouns, that means here we have to understand possession. Possessive means possession. Possession means what belongs to whom. Okay, or who owns what. These things we have to understand. Okay, so I will try to explain this with the help of examples. That will be helpful for you to understand, but you need to be very attentive while my explanation. Okay, so I told you that by using with the use of apostrophe, a punctuation mark apostrophe. An apostrophe helps us to show the possessive case of nouns. Okay, how we have to use this apostrophe after the nouns. Okay, see, so there are we have to understand how to use this apostrophe. Okay, we have to understand two ways how to use this apostrophe. Like, if the nouns of which we are showing the possession if the nouns of which we are showing the possessions are singular, with singular noun we have to use apostrophe s after nouns. Singular nouns, after singular nouns we have to put apostrophe and then s. But if the nouns are plural, then first we have to write the complete plural name, that noun of which we are showing the possession, and after that we have to put just apostrophe. Okay, so how? Here let's see the example. See here, these are the books of my brother. See the first example, these are the books of my brother. So now we have to rewrite this sentence by showing the possession of nouns. Possession of nouns means first we have to understand what things belong to whom, or what things belong to which noun. See here, these are the books of my brother. That means the books belong to my brother. Okay, now we have to change these group of words. The books of my brother. The books of my brother. Now we have to write this in the possessive case of nouns by showing the possession of nouns. Like here, these are my brother's books. The books of my brother means my brother's book. See, my brother here, my brother is singular. Here, brother is singular. Here, brother is singular. So if the noun to which something belongs, of that noun, if that noun is singular, then we have to use apostrophe s. Like here, these are my brother's books. My brother's brother apostrophe s books. These are my brother's books. Apostrophe s. So this is the correct possessive case of this singular noun. Okay, but look at this second example, same sentence. Okay, these are the books of my brothers. These are the books of my brothers. Here we have again we have to understand what thing belongs to what. Here also same. These are the books of my brothers. Here also the books belong to my brothers. But here in sentence number 1, the noun to which something belong was singular, but here we have plural because here my brothers. Okay, so here when I show the possessive case of the noun brother, here it will become these are my brothers' books. See, brothers, but how I have to write here? The noun of which I am showing the possession here is plural. So with plural we have to write brothers apostrophe. Brothers apostrophe. Plural है, then brothers apostrophe. It pronounces same, but the way we write is different because we have to see whether the nouns are singular or plural. But it is not applicable with every noun. Okay. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा in most of the noun we use, if the nouns are singular, apostrophe s. If the nouns are plural, then just apostrophe. But there are some exceptions that we have to understand, that in every noun and in every possessive case of noun, if the noun is singular, apostrophe s. If the noun is plural, just apostrophe. This concept is not applicable with every noun and noun to show the possession of nouns. Some exceptions are there that we have to understand, like see here, man's shoes. See here also men's shoes. But in both man's shoes, this is singular noun, man, ame, and man singular, ame and man plural. But in both I have used apostrophe s. Why? Because in some cases, if the plural nouns end with n, then both singular and plural they use apostrophe s in singular possessive case also, in plural possessive case also. Okay, like man's shoes, men's shoes. In both nouns to show their possession, we have to use apostrophe s. Okay, understood? Like woman's sari or women's sari. Okay, ma and men. So singular and plural both apostrophe s if the nouns end with n. In plural nouns, if they end with n, then use apostrophe s. Okay, already singular apostrophe s we have. Now in some cases both singular and plural case need only apostrophe. In some cases, like if the nouns end with n, s. If singular nouns end with s, then in singular case also, in singular noun also we have to use apostrophe only. Like princess, Rajkumari, princess room, Rajkumari ka room. But here princess is singular noun, but it ends with s. So we have to put just apostrophe here. Just apostrophe. No need to put apostrophe s. Okay, in the same way, James, J-A-M-E-S, James shoes. So J-A-M-E-S, James, apostrophe. Charles diary, C-H-A-R-L-E-S, ends with s. So apostrophe only. Understood? If any singular noun, singular name ends with s, then in singular case also we have to use only apostrophe. Okay, and in plural case we already have only apostrophe. Princesses rooms, Rajkumari ka rooms. Okay, apostrophe. So these were the possessive case of nouns, to show the possession of nouns. Okay, so how to show? If singular nouns, if the nouns are singular, apostrophe s. If the plural nouns, if the nouns are plural, then just apostrophe. If the nouns end with n both apostrophe s and apostrophe s, but in case of singular and plural noun end with s, in both case only apostrophe. Okay, you need to make your mind very clear about this possessive case of nouns. I hope you have understood whatever I have explained today. So with this video I announce you that finally we have completed this chapter. Okay students, now you are able to do the rest of the exercises from the chapter.